of us period of global pandemic coronavirus outbreak, we'll see briefly together how cosmic energy frequencies or channels can help to clean, to protect, and to maintain the immune system and the health in general safe and strong. Cosmic energy method with its technologies has been established by the Russian academician Petrov Vladimir Alexandrovich in 1983. He used to say that in the period of epidemic or pandemic outbreak, in the period of natural disasters, and generally in the period of the health affection or health challenge for the individuals and the population, cosmic energy method will be irreplaceable. The academician Petrov Vladimir Alexandrovich received cosmic energy channels, the information about them, and the technologies how to use them through the direct channeling from the universe. Cosmic energy method, or as it says in Russian, Kosmoenergetika, is not a spiritual method. It's a pure energy informative method based on the physical universal law or rules, based on the quantum physics and other sciences. Before we'll see in brief how cosmic energy can be applied, let's see together some terminologies and meanings to better understand the whole information. The World Health Organization officially announced the coronavirus infection disease as the pandemic outbreak or pandemia. The word pandemia came from the Greek language. Pan means the whole, demos means population. It means that coronavirus infection disease affect the whole countries, the whole continents, and the whole world. The common characteristics of the pandemic infection diseases is that they spread very quickly in very short time. They affect very large population and with a very severe results. If we will see statistics from the last 2 centuries, we can see that pandemic infection diseases, for example, like cholera, let's put it, cholera, in 19th century, plus Spanish flu in 1918, 1920, plus other pandemic infection diseases, together they are, according to the statistics, took much more lives, human lives, much more severe percentage of population than the First World War plus the Second World War and plus 2 nuclear bombs. So we see that the pandemic infection diseases, pandemic infection outbreak, it's a really very severe. And this invisible enemy of humanity, which is virus or bacteria, we have to take it very seriously. Let's have a quick look now, all together, why in some cases coronavirus act as just a flu. In some cases it's quite severe, even very severe, but some people who have a strong immune system, and if it's very early detected with a medical care, they have a chance to overcome, and why in some other cases there is no chance and people die very quickly. Let's have a look, just quick look together on viruses and bacteria. There are different groups of viruses and bacteria. Let's say one group of viruses, let's say another group of viruses. It's like family of viruses with a common characteristics. Another group of viruses and another group of viruses. There are very many kind of viruses and bacteriums. And all of them, as a groups, as a families, they can affect different areas of the human body. For example, let's see here, they can affect lungs. Some of them can affect lungs. Some other can affect digestion system, like stomach, for example. This is heart. Some other can affect heart. Some other can affect blood system. This is liver, as you see. Some other can affect digestion system, as I said before, the stomach, intestine, thick and thin, etc. So, and some other even can affect the brain, for example, the brain. Some other can affect the bones, the skeleton of the person. Some other bacteriums and viruses can affect even the skin, muscles, nerves, different cells. So we see that different families of viruses and bacteria, they can affect and they can be spread out in the body on different areas, different organs and different systems of the body. Out of all these groups and categories of viruses, coronavirus is the one which, let's say it's this one, which affect lungs. It affects lungs, it means it affects the respiratory system. How it affected? As soon as it comes into the lungs, it immediately creates a dry cough, high temperature, pneumonia, and in some cases, death, which we will see now. So out of all of these categories and groups of viruses, let's say we choose this one, which belongs to the coronavirus groups and family. This category, the scientists, they named SATR, SARS. SARS means severe acute respiratory syndrome. So SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. SARS. That's why out of all these categories, SARS, they affect, this is the category of the viruses that affect the lungs and the respiratory system of the people. So let's have a look now in the viruses and how many kind of viruses they are. So first of all, virus, and we're talking about coronavirus. We already said that the coronavirus family of viruses, they affect lungs and respiratory system. So first of all, we have to understand that there are also natural viruses. So when the viruses are natural, then it's like they're in the body in any case. But because they're suppressed by the immune system, they're not dangerous, they cannot affect the body. But when the immune system becomes insufficient, let's say go down, immune system, then what happens? Then viruses, they are, let's say, go up. They started to multiply, they started to be very active because they don't have the force to suppress them. So let's put that viruses, or we say also coronaviruses, go up. And then what happens? Then of course immune system must to handle with that, must to fight them. Imagine engine or any machine where instead of working full power with all elements of the machine, there is only one part which is working. The rest, imagine, doesn't work. So this part, which is still functioning, it has to undertake the function of other parts. So you can imagine how much it needs to be forced. That's why it's usually the engine goes like overheats. So we say that the engine overheats. This is exactly the same phenomenon. When the insufficient immune system need to fight all these viruses, we see the phenomenon that the temperature go up, increasing the temperature. And of course, if the immune system cannot face all of them, cannot win all of them, cannot suppress against them, even with a high temperature, then we saw the phenomenon of pneumonia, etc. But in our days, with the medicine care, with all the systems which is around the person, usually with the natural viruses, person and medicine they can handle. It usually doesn't lead to the kind of numerous death of people. The second one is synthetic viruses. Synthetic viruses or coronaviruses, they are different a little bit from the natural. They are natural, but they have inside, it's like a mixture, natural plus alien elements. So the alien elements is So the alien elements is like something which was not there. Usually the alien elements created in the laboratory, of course, by humans, by scientists for different reasons. And so these alien elements, they are actually more sustainable. They are more strong, and of course we don't know for which purposes. Usually, for what purposes scientists usually elaborate them for different purposes. The third one is mutated. Mutated virus or coronavirus means that it become more reinforced. Reinforced means, imagine this animal which had been born and grew up in the home conditions, and then this animal suddenly you put it in the wild nature, like in the wild forest. In order to survive, because this is the nature of the every life being to survive, in order to survive, this homemade, let's say, animal, it needs to be reinforced, to develop muscles, to be strong, to run quickly, to be more aware, to have alarm immune system, which is very easily become alarm from any kind of noise or whatever, just in order to survive. And then to multiply himself, to have another generations. So mutated viruses, coronaviruses, they become reinforced. So when they go from one person to another, like in the spreading diseases, they again like coming from one environment to another environment, and they need to become reinforced in order to survive, in order to fight, in order to take the cell and to make a copy to multiply themselves. And so that's why mutated, they're all kind of viruses. During the time they become mutated, they become stronger, they somehow change according to what environment they end up. All these viruses, let's say the natural, the synthetic viruses, coronaviruses, and the mutated, they have a common thing. What is the common element of them? They are all interested to use the cell, to occupy the cell, and then to make a copy of them, to multiply in the cell. So for them the cell is like a throne, to sit on it, and then to make a copy, to multiply and to govern. So all these viruses and coronaviruses up to today, they usually interest to keep the cell, they don't destroy the cell. So now coming to COVID-19. COVID-19, let's put it here like a 4. COVID-19. What does it mean 19? 19 means 2019 when it appears, and then usually COVID-19 they usually say like nCoV. nCoV means N, novel means new, Co means corona, and V means virus. So it's a new coronavirus which appeared in 2019, COVID-19. So what is the difference between COVID-19 and other before coronaviruses, and what is the common? The common is that of course, let's use it also, there is a natural part on that. Yes, there is a natural part of that. There is also synthetic part of yes, there is a synthetic part. It is mutated, it's different already from other coronaviruses, yes, but what also it has? Let's have a look. Natural, so this is COVID-19, natural, yes, synthetic, yes, mutated, yes, and plus it has inside a cell-destroying mechanism. Cell-destroying mechanism. I just named it like that. Cell-destroying mechanism, it's like, because other usually viruses, they are not, as we said, they don't want to destroy the cell because they want to be there just to multiply. But this element, which doesn't come from the nature, it had been created in laboratory for other reasons. We don't know for what scientific reasons it had been created, but it happened that it's come into this vessel, into this of the cell of the people, and it started to destroy the cell. So I would name it like hybrid composition, and I will explain you what I mean hybrid composition. Imagine, so COVID-19, what I mean by a hybrid composition. Imagine the car, right? Vessel, which is kind of natural. If you will park it, it's natural, but there is on it a driver, let's put it here, a driver, and this driver has intention, whoever appears in his way, it just will kill it. So it's a killing intention. So this is a composition which I would describe in my own words, COVID-19. So it has elements, yes, elements, which is kind of sometimes okay, but it has this element which is not in other viruses before. It's the element of the cell destroying mechanism, which of course it's not in the nature, because nature doesn't create such a self-destroying mechanism to destroy so massive population of people. I mean, to destroy herself. Since nature doesn't create a mechanism to destroy herself in such a large population, such a large scale, and so large scale, and in such a short time. So this is just a few words about COVID-19. Completing this brief information about viruses and coronaviruses, just to repeat it here. So it's viruses and coronaviruses. So we have natural viruses, coronaviruses. We have synthetic. We have mutated, and we have, I just will put it in red, which is make it different. We have COVID-19, and it means, as we said, 2019 and CoV. And we said that in this particular formula there are a mechanism, self-destroy mechanism. This is just the name that I call it just for presentation, to understand what we're talking about. It's not official name, it's just for me and to explain what we're talking about here. Cell-destroyed mechanism. So we see that there are different kind of coronaviruses, which means that there are different degree on how it's affect, how it's influence the human body. That's why when referring to coronaviruses nowadays, we can see that there are a variety of different reactions of the organism, and it's different from one person to another. In some cases it could be a high temperature, but even not pneumonia. After 1-2 weeks it's already passed away, the temperature, it's finished. In another cases it could be high temperature and cough, of course it's a coughing, and the pneumonia, but it's again no death. In another cases it could be high temperature, pneumonia, and even in some cases death, but still in the same family it could be again variety of different reactions. And in another case, when there is in coronavirus, if there is a cell destroying mechanism, that more probably it's just death from few hours until just few days to 4 or 5 days. So here we see that there are, why it's so different. Of course it's a different degree of different strength of the coronaviruses, and also it's directly depend on the immune system of the body. It means, of course, except from this case. But other cases it very much depend on the immune system, and it also depend on each person how his health is. I mean, if there is any weak point, if there is any pathology, if there is any other diseases in the person. So in that case, high temperature, which can be created from coronavirus, high temperature can hit the person, can hit the health of the person exactly on these weak points. We can see the metaphorical analog like with the cup of water. If, for example, the glass of water here, if, for example, the glass of water is very strong, it's it's okay. If I will put hot water, there will be no damage on the cup of glass of water. But if there is any crack there, which we even don't see, or even we know, it doesn't matter. If there's any crack, if I will put the hot water, then the hot temperature, the high temperature can hit the crack, and the glass of water can split in pieces. So it means that the cracking, it's exactly the weak point of the body, of the organism, where the high temperature, which can be created from from the coronavirus or virus which they can influence, he can hit this point of the body, of the health, and the person can die. For example, the old people who the immune system is usually quite insufficient in most cases, and they have some kind of package of different diseases, then of course high temperature and coronavirus much easier can to cause them a very big damage. And if the person is of course sportsman and very strong and have a healthy life and healthy sleep, etc., of course his immune system is much stronger. Immune system, it's a defense system, like in the country, it's defense system. And this scheme, I just would like to say that it's a quite simplified scheme about coronavirus. It's just to make us easy to understand also the following information. But of course in reality it's much more complicated, and the scientists in our days, they are occupied to find out the exact formula, the exact biological chemical profile of COVID-19, especially of this mechanism, to eliminate from the consequences and to exterminate COVID-19. We discussed earlier that viruses and coronaviruses and bacteria, they affect body, they affect organism, human organism, as more as the immune system is insufficient. What does it mean in immune system? Immune system, it's a host defense system. It's a host defense system against diseases, to keep safe and to keep healthy. So immune system, it's our defense system to keep us safe and healthy. That's why our scope, our goal, our concentration should be how to boost immune system, how to support, how to boost, how to increase, and how to maintain. And when we are talking about immune system and cosmic energy method, we are talking of course about bioenergy informative immune system, because the body is the energy systems. It's actually many energy systems, and that composition of different energy systems of different level of vibrations. So we need to raise up and to keep up the frequencies of bioenergy informative field. So metaphorically, I just would like to show you how with the frequencies and even with the temperature you can understand the importance to maintain our immune system with the frequencies, like also with the temperature. It's the same. That's why I choose this example to show to you. So imagine that this is our body, our immune system, our organism. Here I put high vibrated. Imagine that this high vibrated, this is we are. So if we will put inside something which is very low vibrated, like food low vibrated, like drink, it's exactly like with the temperature, it's very easy to understand. So if I will put now in the high vibrated body or a warm volume, let's say here, if I will put ice, what happens if I will put ice inside? You imagine that immediately the temperature will decreases, will drop down. So this is what happens when we drink or eat something, something which is very low vibrated. This actually also happened also when we think something about something very negative, because negative thoughts, it's also low vibrated. Or when we say something negative, it's also low vibrated. Or when we think or when we remember something also very sad, very negative, it's also low vibrated. So all these memories and feelings and thoughts, they are like ice, like cubes of ice, which is low vibrated, which disturb our energy balance, our bioenergy informative field. and it disturbs not only on energetical level, but gradually, if it's too many cubes, let's say, of ice, gradually it will start to really affect on the physical level. So this is what is it inside us, let's say the inner immune system. Now imagine the outside, our environment, starting from what we are wearing, if it's high vibrated, and all other objects which around us, including home or offices. This is like, it's also need to be maintained, it's also need to be clean, clean not only just dust, but with the frequencies, with the high vibrated frequencies. So this is, imagine it's our environment, whatever we dress or whatever it's around us, this is we are. So if we will put again our supposed to be high vibrated organism, our high vibrated bioenergy field, if we will put it in something which is low vibrated, like negative or low vibrated environment, or let's say when we are around with people who are very low vibrated, who are have a negative thought, or very sad or jealous or whatever, this is environment with a low vibration. So it's like we put inside us, if like we put us in the environment low vibrated. And so it's again affect our immune system. So to sustain immune system, to boost it and to maintain it high vibrated, in order to have a sufficient defense system against viruses, coronaviruses, and microbes, and whatever you can imagine, we need ourselves to keep inside and outside in the high vibrated environment. This is very important. And again, I just would like to say that inside, not only what we drink, what we eat, but also what we think, what we remember, our also DNA. DNA it also has a component of energy component, of course. And when we clean ourselves with the energy, cosmic energy channels of this method, we also clean our DNA component. So it's very, very important, as you said, what is inside us and what is out around us. This is and how to, the basic idea about immune system energy. We're talking about energy component of the immune system, which of course affect our body on the physical level. And now we are coming into the energy part. Nikola Tesla, one of the most famous sayings is, if you really want to find the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. Energy, frequency and vibration. And one of the very famous conclusions of Albert Einstein was that everything is energy, and there is nothing beyond that. Everything is energy. So energy, it's everything. What we see, what we touch, what we smell, what we think, what we feel, what we even can imagine, everything is energy. Sounds, colors, everything is energy. Energy is information. Energy is information. And information is energy. It means everything is energy and everything is information. What is viruses? What are viruses? What are bacteria? What we see? What are cells? What is DNA? everything is energy. If we will see in microscope a cell of the human being, a cell of the flower, a cell from the nature, or a cell of the animal, everything deeply down is just energy. So what we see, what we have in nature, either in visible world or in invisible world, everything is energy. Just in the visible world, it's a compressed energy. So when, for example, I touch this, or we have our own body, or we see what we can see, our environment, it's an expression of the compressed energy. What does it mean? Viruses, bacteria, they're also energies. How we can win the energy of the viruses or bacteria? It means that they have their own frequency, because energy is frequency, energy is vibrations. So it means if we will take virus or even coronavirus or whatever virus, if we will take bacteria, any bacteria, if we will take any cell like inflammation, fungus, or whatever in digestion system, candida, whatever you can imagine, they are all energy. They have all their own frequency and they have their own vibration. It means if from another side we have energies with the frequencies and vibrations that can limitate them, that can eliminate them, that can, let's say, disappear them, then this is the healing energies, cleaning, healing energies. So the whole idea is, if we really want to have an integral approach in order to fight, let's say, in order to win any virus, any bacterium, any inflammation, any whatever you can imagine which destroys the body of the person, we need to find the energies with their corresponding frequencies and vibrations that can affect the energy frequency range of vibrations of virus, bacteria, or inflammation, or whatever you can imagine. Let's put here also inflammation, and any other kind of cells that shall destroy, elements that shall destroy all cells. So this is the main part of the energy. Energy against energies. Healing, cleaning, protective energies or channels or vibrations against destroying, destructive energies, frequencies and vibrations. In 1930s, a very famous American scientist, Royal Raymond Rife, has discovered a different particular range of frequencies to cure cancer, different diseases, and to exterminate viruses, microbes, inflammations, by using electromagnetic spectrum coming from his particular special device invented by himself. He also created a table with different diseases, how he can cure with different diseases, but accordingly with different range of frequencies. It means that it's already scientifically proved since then that different diseases can be cured with a particular range of frequencies, means vibrations, means energies. Before we will see how cosmic energy method can be applied in daily life to face difficulties which can challenge the organism, I would like to give you some information about channels, about cosmic energy channels. As we said, this method has been established by Russian academician Petrov. And he received this method via the direct channeling from the universe. Later I will mention some names of the channels which we use for cleaning, for the food, etc. You will see later. And the names of the channels also have been given to him as a package information with the channels. So each name, the vibration of each name correspond to the vibrations of each channel. What is channel? What is this? Here, if for example we will take on the scale of the frequencies, so each channel it's a range of frequencies. For example, if here there is a range of frequencies, let's say from frequency 1 from frequency, I don't know, 15, then this is a one channel, for example. Yes? Like with the colors. If we have green color, for example, if we have green color, then this is one channel, imagine. If we have red color, this is another channel. Then we have also blue color, for example, in another scale. We have blue color. So this is another channel. Like if we will consider the green color, we see that in the green color there are like 2,500 different tones of green color, starting with a very light green until very dark green. So each tone, imagine, metaphorically speaking, so each tone it's actually the frequency. So when we have a very big range like green color with 2,500 tones, this is like one channel. One channel has different range, specific large range of frequencies. So each channel given to Petrov, and then he established it in educational system. Each channel has particular, as we said, particular range going for particular needs, like for particular system, like for blood system, for skin, or for bones, for skeleton, for heart, for liver, etc. We have a lot of channels in cosmic energy that cover, practically it's cover all needs which you can imagine. All needs in life, for human being, it can be applied for the animals, for the environment, for plants, for nature, for everything. And all these channels, they are cleaning channels, protective channels. They also, with them we have energy health care, and they're also informative channels, because energy is information and information is energy. So we say that with the channels we can protect, also we can to have healing, as I said, health care. Cosmic energy method, it's very safe. This is one of the fantastic things about this method. It's very efficient and very deep. It's going very deeply to DNA energy, DNA level, and there is no harm, there is no side effect. It's really very safe. Cosmic energy practitioners who use the cosmic energy channels, actually they just know what channel is going for what particular case, how to operate, how to activate the channel. But to be honest, the let's say healing process, the deeply transforming process done by universe, it's actually a universal method. We are just operators. In this method, I just would like to say about Petrov that this is completely unique method. And what is uniqueness about Petrov as well? It's not only that he received the channels and to decode channels, but he also managed this amazing system to put in the educational framework in order to teach people in very easy way to understand such a complex, supposed to be complex subject like cosmic energy method. And it's a very understandable method for everyone. You don't need to have a very special kind of scientific background in order to operate cosmic energy channels. So what you will see, you can probably wonder how it works. So I will just try to explain you how it works, if it's possible to explain. There's three components here. One is the energy. It's the energy of the channels. Then the another component is the bioenergy informative field. Bioenergy informative field. Bioenergy informative field. And another component is the energy of the thought. The energy of the thought or intention. So if we will see here the person, and there is all around him bioenergy informative field. The details of bioenergy informative field, it's you can learn in seminars, in workshops, because I cannot now say all these details. So this is bioenergy informative field, and imagine that with the energy of the thought, because thought it's energy, thought it's intention, with the energy of the thought, we activate channel. So what happens, it's resonancing, in tuning and resonancing the energy of our subconsciousness and the energy of the channels. So when we say thought and intention, for example, I want to activate the channel to clean, let's say, the food, or for food to clean and to process kind of any organ which have been affected by the disease. So the energy of the intention, the energy of the thought actually activate the energy of our subconscious field. And when we activate the channel, then these energies somehow in tune together. If we will do it schematically, but very schematically, if this is the energy field, let's say, of the person, and if here is the energy field of the channel, and this is the energy field of intention and subconsciousness, so there is an area where they meet together and they activate it together. They are in tune, actually. They are in tune and resonancing. So this is how it works. The scientists, they still have a lot to discover, because universe, it's a multidimensional, and since universe is multidimensional, since our bioenergy informative field is multidimensional, since our subconsciousness is also multidimensional, and the channels there itself multidimensional, so you can imagine all these fields, when they meet together, when they are resonancing together, this is where results come from. Sometimes, especially at the beginning, when somebody will see how, when it's applied and how it works, somebody can think, oh, it's maybe magic, or maybe it's fake, or maybe it's a spirit. It's not a magic. Cosmic energy method, it's actually based on the quantum physics. This is one thing which I want to tell you. The second thing is that it's not fake. It's very real, but there is just some elements of the multidimensional universe when scientists still have to discover. So it's very, very real. And the third one, they used to say maybe it's spirits. Yes, spirits, they exist generally, energy spirits and energy essences and energy beings. They all exist, but cosmic energy method, it's nothing to do with the spirits. It's a pure energy method which works with based on the on the universal law and physics, etc. Also, just a few words about rods, about we say energy rods or energy antenna. We use in cosmic energy as an energy assessment instrument. Rods have been very well known in ancient civilizations. They use it to find the water, for example. They also use to find some other metals and for many other purposes. So how it works? I just thought it's important for you to explain for those who just will see it first time how we can apply it. So it actually works with our subconsciousness. Our subconsciousness linked to the universal database actually, and because energy is information, everything is actually in informative like energy archive. Imagine like energy archive. So our subconsciousness directly link to the universal database which we set, but with consciousness we cannot have this access. So we need to train how our subconsciousness with the hand, how they can work, so we can know yes or no, for example, or we can see what we want to find out. So when you will see later in my presentation, when I will start when I will do assessment, energy assessment, I want you to understand that it's not me consciously who turn the rods, who turn this antenna, but it's my subconsciousness which actually, without passing through my consciousness, operate with my hand. Of course, this is after training. If you would just start like this, you might not have exact results, but after training, it's very much possible to train how our subconsciousness will work with our hand. This is also just what I want to tell you. Before do for you just a brief presentation with the model, I just would like to say a few words about cosmic energy sessions. When we start cosmic energy session with cosmic energy channels or frequencies, we activate them. With intention that they will passing through us and cover us, and will take or will transform any deformation, any low vibrated elements which are there, inflammations, viruses, fungus, illnesses, diseases, etc., in energy level, of course, but talking just about bioenergy informative field. I just would like to show you schematically, again briefly, because details it's usually you can learn in seminars and in webinars and in workshops. So here, if let's say this is the individual, so the channels, I just would like to show you. I will take another color. So our intention is that the channels, when we activate channels, the channels are covering and passing through the person. Of course, they're all channeling down, and here we have a special structure to protect Earth and to protect everything which under us. It's very, very safe system. The most important, this system is very, very safe. So this could be individually. First of all, we do it for ourselves, as I already mentioned. So individually, it also could be for the group of people. For the group of people, it's independently of the amount of people, how many people they are. So we just activate for them. It could be also, so individual, group, it could be vis-a-vis, like we see the person, or it could be also on distance. It could be just kind of sessions. It could be also on distance. On distance it means a session which done, you are here, for example, and it could be the object, the subject, I mean the person or environment or animal. It could be on any distance. It could be in another part of the world. There is, geographically speaking, there is no limit about distance. It could be also, you can also do with a thought form. Thought form means you have person in your mind, or it could be with a photo, etc., etc. So there is many kind of sessions in cosmic energy. So let's take another color. So we said on distance, thought form, photo. We have many kind of cosmic energy sessions. It's a very big variety which help us in any situation, in any case. There is no actually borders, geographical or time or whatever. So also here I just would like to tell you, to mention that it's another kind of sessions we have for human being. Yes, for human being, for persons. Another is for animals. Another is for environment. And when we say environment, it's trees, it's nature, it's lakes and rivers and fishes inside. Everything which we say in nature, this is environment, nature. Also we can say environment like our office, our home, our apartments, and everything which actually is around us. It could be also environment. So in environment I say nature. We have also special channels for the nature, for animals, as we said, for flowers, etc. And also, as we said, our home, our environment, home, office, work, etc. Home or work environment. And the fourth one, also objects. Object, different kind of objects. I will show you quickly how we can clean objects in our closer environment, which is our home or office or whatever. And now we see together how we can apply cosmic energy method, cosmic energy channels, that include cosmic energy frequencies for energy cleaning, energy healthcare, energy protection of ourselves, and of course in the same way we do it for others, for our beloved one, for those who are in need. This is of course will be for you just a kind of brief information about that. I cannot do the whole session with the details, with the amazing technologies which this method includes. Of course, these all details somebody can learn in seminar, in workshops of cosmic energy method, or they say Kosmoenergetika in Russian. So I will use the model, and here I will work with organs and system. Cosmic energy method is working with the organs, with the systems, with the any deformation which happened in different times, internally, outside, with the environment, with everything. Here, if you are a doctor or if you are already working in the medical sphere and you're already serving individual or public health, for you, of course, this, for example, at least, will be much easier to understand. But if you are not connected through your education or through the work, you're not connected to the medical terms or medical, for example, for anatomy, etc. That's why I just put these brief pictures just for you to help to get into what I will present. So the systems here and organs, we hear more or less here, you see they are nearly adequate, they are mostly the same. So here I just choose some of the main important systems is respiratory system. Remember we said that autoviruses, the coronaviruses, they hit usually, they affect negatively respiratory system, which means lungs, as we said, yes. So here we see also joint and spinal column. Here we see different organs, because as we said, some other viruses can affect different organs. The muscle system, here is urogenital system, and the circulatory blood system. But it's very important, independently, for example, the main focus is on the lungs. It's very important in order to boost the immune system, we need to work with all organs. So either it's affect directly only the lungs, we need still support energetically to clean, to let's say to have energy health care, and to protect all organs and all systems of the organism, of the body. Here we already know about our rods, about antenna, otherwise we say it's antenna, which is we do assessment with that, energy assessment with that. So I would like you just to show, remember we said that everything is frequency, everything is energy. Of course the model is not alive, but still for the energy everything is there, so we can check, we can even with our antenna, we can even see what is the energy of different elements of the model and the whole model as well. So I just would like to show you. So what we do, so this is, we said the lungs, yes, the lungs, this is the heart, we said this is the liver, yes. So this is, we have the stomach and intestines, thin and thick intestine. So this is the bladder, kidneys, spleen, etc. So here I would like you just to show briefly how we check the energy before and after. And this is very important for you to understand that after the session, how the energy immune system, or how the bioenergy informative field is really expanded and very boosted, very reinforced. So for example, here is the liver. I just would like to see the energy of this liver, and you see it's very, very little. This is, imagine that this is so stomach, it's here pancreas, intestine, etc. I just would like to check the energy is quite also very little. So here we have the lungs, the left lung, small. Here we have the right lung, okay, and here we have the heart, okay, little bit. So here I can check also, I can check the energy of this model, and also what I can do, I can also check the aura, which is bioenergy informative field of the model. So I just would like to see from this part here, and I will see that at the moment, the aura, the bioenergy informative field of the model, it's very, very short. It's, of course, it's less even than 10 centimeters, of course. So now I will work on the model. Just will put this here. I will work on the model. Right. I will just put it here. Okay. All right. Because I am a right-handed, with my right hand. There is a rule in cosmic energy for those for whose working hand is right, who have to stand from the right side. So now with the intention, I will just put it like this for you so you will see it better. With the intention, first of all, what we do when we do session for us or for others, we clean all energy centers. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we don't touch 6, 7. So I just would like to show you how we do it. So I activate the channels. And with intention again, I just start to clean the energy centers. The first one, etc. I will go to the second one. I will go on the third one. Bioenergy Informative Center. Fourth one. Fifth one. I will work with the liver. So what we do, we channel the channels, the channel frequencies, and we channel it through the hand. And this is our working hand, the working surface. So we channel just to the organs with intention to clean and to elaborate, etc., to process. Spleen. Kidneys. Right kidney. Now we're coming to the lung area, which is very important because we're talking about disease of coronavirus. Lungs, because it's very big organ, we can work as a whole, we can work as the upper part and down part. Right lung. The head area. Spinal column. We have stomach, which is very important, because we have to remember that immune system, 75% of immune system is in abdominal zone. So since it's an abdominal zone, then we have to really very, very carefully to clean it and to support it. So I'm concentrating now on the stomach and I'm working the stomach area. Pancreas. Genetic organs, womb, for example, if it's woman and if it's man, it's male genetic organs. So in reality, if you want to work with more organs, of course you can work with, more intensively and more precisely. I don't want to take a lot of time, I just want to give you the brief presentation. So after we finish with the organs, after we finish with the systems, with blood system, etc., with the kidneys, with the spinal column and other things, so then we just enlarge the aura, which is bioenergy informative field. We just imagine like a balloon, we start to enlarge with the channels. just to check what other things necessary before we finish. So this is very short session, and let's see what we have now. Let's check with our rods, with our antenna. So now we see that it's already full up, let's say, with energies. Right. And if I will take it separately to see what is the energy now of these organs, remember we did it just for presentation to take it away. So now I just want to see the liver, what is the liver components. Okay, this is already turning. Now digestion system. Oops. Yes. Now the heart. Okay. The right lung. Okay. And the left lung. Okay. And this is we said now everything okay. So let's check now the aura, I mean the bioenergy informative field. I usually say aura, which is very kind of short way to say, but properly according to the cosmic energy, it's a bioenergy informative field. Alright, now let's check bioenergy informative field. You see I didn't move and it's already opening. So it's just opening already, you see. Oops. So it's more than this distance. So usually it's yeah, let's imagine it's this distance. So you see that so in such a short time, really short time, the aura, the bioenergy informative field was very short, less than 10 centimeters, and now it's already quite long. So I just brought the measurement, and we will check it again. So it's already here, and I just would like to see. So it's yes, 19, 110, 120 centimeters. So it was, as if you remember, it was very little. It was approximately 8 centimeters, and now it's 120 centimeters. So you see it's increased more than 10 times, and you can imagine just with such a short session. Usually our sessions take something like 30-40 minutes. It depends, of course, what we can, how many techniques we use. So I just would like now to say that what channels I used. I used for all centers, energy centers. It was let's put it here for you. It's more here. So usually I used for the energy centers Zeus Ferasparum Buddha. I used for the liver Firasha on Kraon. It's 3 channels. So we have Zeus Ferasparum Buddha we set in the centers. For the liver I used 3 channels Firasha on Kraon. For the stomach I used Firasha on Risur, 3 channels. For genetic area Firasha on Sinlach for genetic areas. For spin also I used Kraon which is for the blood. For the lungs, I used Firashaon Svitoy Moisei here. For kidneys, it was Firashaon Kraon 3 channels. And for the head area, I used Zev Sfirast from Buddha 3 channels. And for the spinal column, I used Farun. And in aura, I put the channels which I worked. Now, when it's infection, when it's viruses, when it's so severe case like coronaviruses, when it's like coronaviruses, in that case, what we have, we use a techniques, particular techniques which we have in cosmic energy method. We do vacuuming just to unload a kind of compressed negative energy from the lungs. Generally, we use this technique vacuuming in different areas, different organs, with, of course, with some restrictions, whether we need to vacuum compressed negative energy diseases, viruses, inflammations, fungus, and other cells energies that are need to be hoovered out and clean and support the area. So when there is a virus, when it's epidemic or when it's a pandemic outbreak like now, I would advise that we need to sustain our immune system, immune system daily, even daily. Especially for those who are going out, who is working outside, who have in contact with other people. You don't need, for example, maybe to do the whole session, but it's important at least to maintain in a very good workable level, energy level, to maintain energy centers and aura, at least energy centers and bioenergy informative field. And of course some organs, if for example there is a pandemic outbreak, for the lungs, of course, we need to work also daily for the lungs. For those who, even 3 times in a week, it's okay already, if you cannot have time daily or whatever. But when it's like pandemic or epidemic or something, I would advise really to work each day. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot of time. It just takes a few minutes, especially when you will get used to that. It takes a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes, to just to run the whole body, the whole system, and it's already maintained. And if you have more time, half an hour, it's even better. If you don't have each day, do it day per day. But in this time, when it's so kind of quite dangerous, and you see what happens, so I would advise as often as possible. It will always help. Focus is to maintain, to boost immune system, bioenergy informative field of organs, centers and systems. And now I would like to show you how it's important to energetically clean and to raise up vibrations of the food which we usually consume, which is going inside us. Remember, if for example we have a glass of water and we will put inside ice, then the ice will drop down the temperature. This is exactly where the frequency is the same. If we are high vibrated and if we consume something which is low vibrated, then it's drop down our frequencies, our vibrations. And this is directly affect our immune system. So in order to maintain high vibrated and clean immune system, whatever we eat inside, whatever we consume, whatever we drink, it needs to be also clean, energetically clean from different memories and from other different deformations, energetically clean and high vibrated. For that, again, we use channels of cosmic energy. This is just some products as example of the products which help to boost immune system. Of course, according to your geographical region where you are, according to the season, according to the traditions, the food traditions in your country, Of course, you know, different, you can also add some other things here, what could help in order to boost immune system. For example, in some countries, wine it's a national product. In some other countries, according to religious, they don't drink wine. So you see, according to your habits and your country, what is the elements which can boost your immune system and which can clean naturally your body, your organism. Here I just would like to mention what I brought here. It's melon. Melon, they used to say melon, it's a nurse of the body. Melon, olives, corn, beans, honey, apricot. This is buckwheat. In Russian it says grechka. This is lentils, crabberry, strawberry, nuts, almonds, raspberry, dry grapes, plums, orange, apple. They used to say 1 apple in a day take a doctor away. Kiwi, banana. Here we have avocado, cabbage, lemon, garlic, ginger, carrots, vitamin E, vitamin epsilon. And olives and sesame, wine, water, soda, bicarbonate soda. This is very, very important. Very important. Soda, sodium, bicarbonate sodium. It helps if we will use it. Let's say 1 cup in the morning warm water and 1 cup in the evening, for example. And in the warm water, we can put half of the teaspoon of the sodium bicarbonate. It helps very much. It supports our cells. Because carbonate is a part of our cells. So it's very, 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 very useful and helpful. It's also anti-inflammation, antiviruses, antibacterium. It's really, really must. I believe in each house it should be used also. Here also we have some other supplementary like aloe vera and bee pollen, different like blood builder and multivitamin and zinc, vitamin C and complex vitamin D, also calcium. So we have different elements which support our immune system. My question is it enough? I mean, I clean it, I did it with a high temperature, with the hot water, and is it already ready to consume? No, it's not ready to consume. We need to clean energetically, and we need to raise our vibrations. This is very important, especially the period of epidemic or pandemic or winter, when our organism somehow need much more support. So now we will see with antenna in what condition energetically all these products are, and then we will raise up vibrations. We just want to take gloves. I want to show you that when we take gloves out, we need to take it in the way that this area which we use already will not touch our skin. So you usually take it like that, take it from outside, yes, and then with this inside, also take like that. Also, I will show you from outside. So both is clean now. It's very important to see how you usually take out the gloves. Right. So let's see the product. So this is melon. You see that it doesn't turn enough. Apricot, not good. Buckwheat, lentils, cranberry, corn, this is olives, beans, ginger, garlic, tomato, avocado, cabbage. Cabbage is very good to use it. Strawberry, nuts, raspberry, wine, water, olive, here we have plums, orange, apple, kiwi, so this is kiwi, banana, sesame, and also all supplements. Okay, so now we will clean. So our products we usually clean with the Firas, with the channel Firas and the channel Resur. Resur is for our digestion system. And also you can put another channel which you need, particularly for example you can put in the product the channel for your bones, for the skin, for example for the lungs when we're talking about let's say diseases which affect lungs. So whatever you can put in the product when you eat it, when you consume it, or when you will drink it, it's like, let's say if you will put in the water, it's like to have a liquid channel. So it's very, very good in the product when you will clean it to put also the channel which you need for your body at that moment. But firstly we need to clean it. Everything, fruits, vegetables. You clean from different memories and you raise up vibrations, you fulfill it with the channels. Wine, water, olive oil. So I put 2 channels, Firast and Resur, everywhere. And as we said, we can put also other channels of our needs. Some products need more time. Supplements also need to clean. And you can put particular different supplements, let's say vitamin D, and you can put the channel Faron for the bones, for example. Zinc. For example, the supplement blood builder, you can put Craon, the channel Craon. if it's dry, you need more time, a little bit more time to insist. If it's fresh, it's pass quicker. But whatever you consume, everything, you need to pass through to clean with the energy and to raise up vibrations. Either you do it before cooking or after cooking, or both. For example, you can clean it before, and then when you will cook all together, then you also can put Firas Trisur. It's according to how much time you have. But you see, it doesn't take much time. But it's so important because these vibrations, they are high vibrated, and it's important because it will come into us. It will come into us. So it will be like liquid, I would say, like liquid healing channels, healing food, healing stuff. So now we check. It's already turning, you see? Strawberry, raspberry, strawberry. Ginger, garlic, tomato, plums, etc. So you will just insist a little bit more when you want to have, maximum result. And but you see, it doesn't take time. This is important. First of all, it doesn't take time. Secondly, you don't need any means for that. It's very natural. And the most important, this product, when you will consume, it's compatible with the frequencies of the body, and it helps to boost and to raise up vibrations. It's very, very important. And that you will enjoy it. After this short presentation of the food product, I would like to stress your attention personally what I believe, which is very important, to sustain and to maintain our immune system. Apart from the products which I mentioned before and which you can find in your own regions. So first of all, it's a frequency. Frequencies. So frequencies, it's very, very important. Everything what we're doing, either eating or drinking or dress, or we have our environment, frequency is its top importance to maintain our bioenergy informative field and our immune system. The second that I also would like to mention, it's a heat. For example, viruses, and we're talking about coronavirus, it's afraid of the heat area. So when the person is breathing, because it's respiratory system, it's breath, so this area, it's good to have it heat. For example, when we come out from outside, we were in underground, we were with contact with different people. Of course, we had a mask, but even after that, if there is any elements of virus still here, it's good to heat up this area. So it's a high temperature to heat up this area. For example, what you can do, you can boil, for example, potatoes, 2-3 potatoes, take out the water, and then cover yourself with something and breathe. This area need to be heat up. Close your eyes, of course, heat up. So as more heat up this area is better, because virus cannot stand long for a long time in heat up area. It stands maybe maximum 15 minutes. Otherwise, if not, then it can stay for some hours. And the third one, which I would like, it's my personal kind of comments, out of all food, which is very important, it's a sodium bicarbonate. Why it's very important? Because the carbon is an element of the cells, of our cells. And for example, in case of coronavirus, this element, carbon, it could be severely affected. That's why sodium bicarbonate, it's very, very important to drink, as I said, with little water, with the warm water, with a cup, in the morning, in the evening. It's very, very good. It's generally good in life because it's also good against inflammation, against fungus, against bacterium. It's very, very good product to have it at your home. Now I would like you to show to you how it's important to keep a high vibrated our wearings, what we wear, because it's directly linked to our body. It's very much important, because if it's low vibrated, if the energy of what we're wearing is on quite low level, then it's also affect our bioenergy informative field. So I just would like to show you this. For example, it's clean. I took it from the dry cleaning, and I didn't wear it for a long time, but it's supposed to be ready to dress. But still, it's not enough. To clean physically, it's not enough. We need to check the energy level. So the energy level of that, look at this, it's very, very little. Very little. It's beautiful, it's very nice colors, but still the energy level is very little. So I wouldn't wear it just directly like that. So what I would do, firstly, I would energetically, let's say, clean it, and to boost the energy field of the dress. Again with the Firast. You feel in different areas where you need to give more attention. It's very quick, of course, what I did now. If you have more time, it's better to do it more time. Look, it's already turning. I will do it again. It's already turning. So of course we need to maintain it, we need to sustain it. Especially if I wear, for example, this, and I will go somewhere and outside, in the office, somewhere, and it's like in nature. Nature is nature. We need always to maintain, always to sustain, always to clean. And it's for our benefit. We are talking about our immune system. Inner immune system inside us, and let's say outside us. It's very important. So now we're talking about our environment. Environment means our home, our office, our sitting room, or whatever we are, in the kitchen, etc. Our direct environment closer to us. It's very important to clean it. It's very important to maintain it high vibrated, because it's like, in my terminology, not cosmic energy, but my own terminology, it's our external immune system, external, let's say, environmental bioenergy informative immune system. So if the environment is very low vibrated, then I am affected by that. I'm really affected by that. Like, for example, if you will take if you are, let's say, the hot cup or a glass of water, and if we will put this in the vase with the cold water, then of course the cold water will affect inside the hot water. This is like we're affected by the vibrations, by the low vibrations of our environment. For example, here I just would like you to show one little example. Let's write Everything has energy. Remember we said it at the beginning. The words has energy, the meaning of the word behind, everything has its own energy which can be measurable. I just would like to show you how sensitive is our environment. Even each word, since it has its own frequencies, its own energy, how it can be affected if it's positive meaning or if it's negative meaning. And then I will show you how we can clean and heal our environment. Not heal, sorry, how we can clean and maintain it high vibrated, which is very important. For example, if I will do a heart, and I will write also the word love, okay, and just see what is the energy of that. So I'm down measuring now the love, the heart. Yes, it's very good energy. The word love, very good energy. And now I can write something negative. For example, war, or let's say coronavirus, because it's our now subject, or distraction. So now we can see energetically what is the energy. So the war, so the energy is very, very low, you see, very low. Coronavirus, it's also very low energy, nearly doesn't move. Distraction, also very, very, very low vibrated frequencies. Again, I just would like to see love. Love again, it's very good. And heart again, very good. And coronavirus, it's not good. So what I'm saying by that, I'm saying that everything has influence, has effect on us, since it's around us. So let's see how, this is a library. Why I say about these words? Because in each library there is different books. And in each books there is a different word, and each word is energies and vibrations. So every book and every word in this book has its own energy. That's why each book is like a summary of energies of the separately words and meanings. It means that it's dependent on what kind of books we have. That's why the summary of the energy of our library, for example, is the summary of the energies of each book and each word. So independently from what is it inside, because I have here very good collection of different art books and history books and philosophy books, and still it needs to maintain and to boost this energy level. That's why we usually open the channels like Firast for our home, to clean the home. We have many channels for cleaning actually our direct environment, our home or offices. We have different channels specialized for different cases which we need to clean in our house. Here I just will open our Firast. So when we activate Firast, we just pass it very kind of through our hands again, but very thoroughly. You can also feel different tinglings here. I just don't want now to occupy a lot of time because of the presentation. And so we just can check. I also did it before. So this is already a very good level. But here, these two books, which is art, it's art of, I just take it from the library, art of the 20th century. And also here there is a world history of the Asian civilizations, number 4, out of the collection. So let's see what is the energy of that. It's very low vibrated energies, I mean drop down energies. Here is, I don't say low vibrated because it's negative inside, but it's need again to be cleaned somehow and to be fulfilled with the high vibrated channels. Yes? And so this world history of the ancient civilization. So you see it nearly doesn't move. So again, we need to open, it's already open the channel, I don't activate it. We usually, for the objects, we have out of different channels, we have Firaz, and also we have another channel which named освещение предметов. In Russian, освещение предметов means purifying objects. We usually use purifying objects for example, if we take, let's say from antique shop, something, so you can easily take everything from antique shop, but you need to clean it, you need to clean from energy. But also you can use освещение предметов, this channel purification of objects, for other objects from your home, from your office, etc. So usually when we clean, we feel where we need more to insist. We also receive different other informations. It's amazing world, cosmic energy method, it's amazing world. Amazing with different information as well, because energy is information, information is energy. So I just did it quickly, very shortly. Of course, at your kind of real life, you have to be more precise, more detailed, if you wish. It depends how much time you have. So now I already worked. It's not complete cleaning because I did it very quickly. And now this one, it's already turning. So if I will insist, especially with the history, if I will insist more, it will be, let's do it a little bit more. It also depends on the context of the book. For example, the world history of ancient civilizations, it has also some word inside. So now let's check it, and it's already better, much better. So it depends that you need just to insist on that. And in the same way you do different objects, as we said, with, let's check this clock. So it's already clean. If you will ask me how many times we need to how many times in a week, for example, or how many times we need to maintain our environment high vibrated, it depends on the usage of your direct environment or your office or home. It depends on the thoughts inside, what kind of work inside, because everything has memory. What we say, what we think, what we do, all actions, they have memories, and all of these memories actually absorbed and summarized with the vibrations of the environment. So conclusion is to clean us energetically, to boost our immune system, to support our bioinformative field, and of course our direct home or office environment. Here we saw how cosmic energy frequencies can be used against the coronavirus and against viruses, against bacteria, against funguses, inflammations, against any disease, any challenge of health, and not only. So watch it, learn it, use it, enjoy it. Stay safe. Stay strong, healthy, creative, and happy. Thank you for your attention.